Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Closing Comments here on May 12th. Let's jump into these charts and say we kicked off the week. First up, we did get some headlines over the weekend in this very headline-driven environment. Good trade news caused a lot of gap ups over the weekend, with some gapping up yesterday during the Sunday night open, as well as getting some Monday day session gap ups this morning, like we're seeing here in this cattle market. Live cattle opened up above 217 today. We did briefly get a poke up into new all-time highs at 217.75. However, we did pull back throughout the middle of the day, not quite able to close that gap created over the weekend, leaving a 20-cent gap here between today's low and Friday's high. This is showing that the bulls were happy to buy this thing at higher prices and keep pushing this market higher, showing their strength. Would expect to see those bulls just keep drifting higher towards this 220 mark here in the near term. However, we continue to see price push up into overbought territory. We're starting to get some pretty overextended readings on our market watch heat indicator, just showing that we are getting to be fairly extended from our 50-day average, which is our guiding line in this market. Once we start to see a reading up here above 5, we are starting to reach into extremely overbought territory, and just want to be cautious of pullbacks in the near term. If we start to see prior day lows getting taken out, we wouldn't be surprised to see some selling kick in and start a potential pullback. However, this market remains in a nice strong uptrend, and any dip should be bought up. But just in the near term, we are a bit extended after going on a nearly 5-week rally here. So pullback would be healthy in this very strong market. Jump over to the feeders now. Similar situation over here. Had a nice gap and run today on the feeders, with price pushing up and closing just shy at 307 today. Bulls continue to show their strength here as well. The cattle market across the board remains very strong. We do have a gap that was left open here as well, showing the bulls are just happy to buy at these higher prices, pushing it higher. This is another market we do expect, with this low time frame and high time frame uptrends, to be intact, to just keep drifting higher. However, we do see down here that we are getting some overextended heat readings as well, with nearly a 5.5 deviations away from the 50-day average, just showing how extended this market is. Very strong, but just want to be cautious of pullbacks in the near term, which dips should be seen as buying opportunities, with this market showing such good strength and a nice strong uptrend. Cattle market continues to look strong. Expect that to keep drifting higher. Corn today had several different news reports. We did see a little bit of a rally following the release of the crop production report. However, it was quickly rejected and closed today below 450, which is our bear pivot, and these prior swing lows. This is a short, brief attempt at a pullback here, but the bears are showing their strength here in this corn market and rejecting higher prices, pushing lower. Expect to see the bears continue to drive this market back down towards 440 to 435 here throughout the rest of the week. This market, as long as we're trading below these swing lows, expect to see downside to continue. Next up, we have our crude oil market. Crude saw a nice rally following the Sunday night open, with prices pushing up near the 50-day moving average overnight and into the morning session. We did get the U.S. session open just right around $63 this morning, and saw some selling pressure kick in throughout the day session, pushing price back down below 62. With this rejection of these higher prices seen today, if we start to get some follow through below $61 tomorrow and take out this today's low, would be expecting to see those bears push this market back down towards this 55 mark and try and attack this level that supported price over the last month or two here. And this big picture downtrend should resume if we start to see some of these prior day lows getting taken out. Be ready for that next leg lower in this oil market. Stocks saw a nice rally today across the board. Each of our indexes seeing solid rallies today. The Dow is finally pushing up into this Liberation Day's range. However, we weren't able to get above it, but definitely showing bulls showing their strength, pushing up into this range. The Nasdaq cleared it last week or 2 weeks ago, while the S&P was able to clear and close above this Liberation Day high, as well as the swing high from late March. Today, getting a close up there above 5,800, near 59, is a very good sign for the bulls. We are clearing and getting above a lot of our major moving averages instead of reclaiming our 200-day moving average, which is a big level to be keeping our eye on going forward. As we've kind of seen unfold over the last 3 or 4 weeks here, the bulls are starting to turn this market around. Stocks are looking good and starting to gain value again after a big shake off over the last couple months. Just expect this uptrend to continue, and we're starting to see some open waters and potentially start heading back towards all-time highs. So be ready for that power trend to continue throughout the rest of this quarter too. That's all we got for today. Everyone have a good evening.